fixed, but obviously this is a very significant violation, which we know how to prevent, okay? We know how to not have that happen. So, supplementals, again, you can click Add New Entry, you choose File, you upload the file. And generally, the only supplemental materials that are allowed are a treatment or case summary and a psychological evaluation report. I have given in the internship manual a generic outline for a treatment or case report. It has the same categories that you've been using for case reports that you've written for different therapy classes about the presenting problem, the mental status, the diagnosis, the formulation, the course of treatment, the outcomes of treatment, those kinds of things. Similar to what you've been doing all along. Yeah, Lawrence.
So we can upload as many as we want, or is there a limit to it? Because I know some sites will look for adults, some want an adolescent.
Right. So my general advice is to have a treatment report or an assessment report that corresponds, if possible, to the population that's seen at the site. So if it's a child site, try to get a child case. Adolescent site, adolescent case. Neuropsychology site, neuropsychology report. Adult with serious mental illness site, if you have a report that's like that, try and include that. Okay, so those are the supplementals. And the next section is references. Let's talk a little bit about references. When you add a new entry, let's say Dr. Sheeran, remember he was the CRP chair, is going to be our reference. I waive my right of access to the reference. We can say, thanks, Dr. Sheeran. Oops, let's spell with a capital.
Do we have to check that box?
You don't. If it's a red dot, you need to check it.
Okay.
Give AAPI permission to contact the reference below. Give the internship permission to contact the reference. Then you fill in their information. Dr. Edward, oops, let's spell it right. Sheeran, etc., etc. So when you save it, it's going to tell me I didn't do it. When you save it with the correct email address, it will automatically send a reference request to Dr. Sheeran in this example. So I'm not going to finish it 100%. But this is what you do for each of your references. Is that clear? Any questions about how to do that? So you've already asked them, you've talked to them in person or by phone. They're not going to be surprised out of the blue to receive this email that the AAPI is sending out to them. But it gives them a link to upload their recommendation of you, which when it is done is going to show up in the references, because the number of references requests that you have sent out will show here, and the number of references that have come back and been uploaded is going to show here too. So if you've sent out 3 and 3 are coming back, you know you're complete. If you've sent out 4 and 3 are coming back, you know that one of them is missing. So you should see your status there. And if it gets to October 15th, October 20th, and your references aren't all there, you should contact your references or contact me, and I will help you contact your references and make clear to them it's really important that all those references be there so that when your application goes to your internships, the internships will also be able to get the references from your folks, your recommenders. So get on that process right away so that your recommenders know and are able to upload as soon as they have your letters ready. Yes?
So I think we discussed at one point having 3, but then I saw online it was 4. So it's
should we have 4 letters of recommendation?
So it really depends on the site. To my knowledge, most sites ask for 3. I don't know all 700, 800 sites. I don't know if there's some that ask for 4. I would give the number that in their brochure they ask for. I would not add additional ones. I would give the number that they ask for in their internship brochure. So as you work on your site list and read the brochures for that internship, it is conceivable. I haven't heard of cases, or let me know if there are cases that you come upon where they're asking for 4, so that I know. So, for future reference for applicants, yes, how many sites are there out there that are actually asking for 4? Are they sites in our area? Are they sites that our students commonly apply to? To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, it's always 3. But I could be, missing information on that, so let me know. So that's the reference section, and again, you will be sending out, and you should do this soon, your reference requests so that your recommenders can get on that and upload their recommendations for you. Last sections, we're almost at the end. Application certification, this is very long, I'm not going to read it. This is basically attesting to your honesty in all the information that you have provided, emphasizing that it is your responsibility to inform internships if you have a change of status once the application has been submitted, so that your information with those internships is current and accurate, and also promising to abide by the match. If you are matched, you will go to that internship. You will not pull out of the match. That's a very serious thing. Let's see. Information may be provided by my academic program to an internship training site that inquires. So that, again, when you send out your applications, sometimes, it's pretty rare, but some internships have called me and said, I want additional information about this applicant. I will go to your training file and I will read what your supervisors have said, or et cetera, et cetera. I will answer questions that they might have about your history here in the program. So you are giving permission for that, again, by checking this required box. And then you'll type in your name and the date, and you will save this. So that's the last step, okay? And I haven't done it yet, so it's giving me these, navigate away from this page. Eventually, you're going to have to do that. The very, very last section, I don't know if it is open yet, and that is internship program designations. Here is where we actually select our sites and send our applications out. Let's see if it is open. It is not open. It will be available on October 3rd, 2018. In the meantime, we can only look at the instructions. And the instructions are, you will click on Add New Entry, select a state, click Search. You will search within that state for the internship site you're looking for. Click the check boxes next to the program you want to apply to. Select a cover letter, an essay, and a CV. If you have multiple cover letters, you should have multiple cover letters. You'll select the cover letter that's associated with the site you're applying to. Your essay set, your CV, select the references you want to send. If you're not adding third or fourth references, select no third reference, no fourth reference. Select any supplemental materials you want to send from the drop-down. So you're going to get menus, and you're going to select and attach the various items to the application to this program that we want to apply to. Click Save, and you can add multiple programs at once, or you can apply to one at a time. And that's how the actual submitting of applications takes place. So that's all I can show you about that process right now. But beginning October 3rd, you can actually do it. So I have gotten to the end of all of the sections, and you guys have been amazingly patient with all this. And so now you have these weeks to go through section by section and actually do all this. But I think you know what you need to know to do it. So I will stop now, and we'll ask for any questions, again, from the chat as well as here in the room. Yes?
Joanna had a question about the few minutes
Let's
ago.
see, thank you. Okay, let's look. How will we know if new sites are APIC list? Not sure what I mean. Hold on. If new sites, okay. Oh, Sarah, okay, thank you. A few, what kind of assessments are included in the other category? I guess validated test instruments that truly are not on the list would be my answer to that. And if, when in doubt, ask a field supervisor or an assessment faculty about that if you're not sure whether an assessment instrument qualifies. Sarah's question, can we estimate the number of reports we're going to write through November if currently at a practicum placement? Yes, you can. Talk to your supervisor. We have September 13th to November 1st. How many reports am I going to finish? 1, 2, 3. Confirm that with your practicum supervisor. You can add that number to your current total. Joanna's question is, how will we know if new sites are APIC listed?
I think she means like if they were added.
Yeah, I think if that's the question, they will be listed within the AAPI. And we can't look in that section yet. It's not open till October 3rd. But presumably on October 3rd, this AAPI will contain, state by state, every APIC member site. So you should be able to find it there. If you don't and suspect that it exists, contact the site, contact APIC, figure it out if it looks like it is missing. Martina, how many references do we need? I think we talked about that. I believe it's going to be 3 per site in every case that I'm aware of. Yeah, okay, Joanna, I mean added. Are new sites added? If they're added, they should be added in the AAPI, and you should be able to find them here in order to apply to them. Rachel, question. One of the sites has not updated their information yet on the APIC site. Does this mean they're not taking interns for the 2019 year? Very good question. Email the site immediately. Ask them, are they active for 2019, and if they have a new brochure. So if any of you come upon that situation, you go in the APIC site profile and the information looks dated, the link to the brochure doesn't work, or the link is to an old brochure, write them and say, do you have updated information? Are you active in the match for 2019? Let's find out early. Let's find out whether we're actually keeping it on our list or not on our list. Let's resolve that question as early as possible. So check with the site. How will we know if new sites are added to the APIC list? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, Joanna. I don't know when they're added. So I guess you just have to keep searching. Jonathan, question. How can we get 3 supervisor recommendations, or one has to be from a professor? I recommend 1 professor and 2 supervisors. And I recommend that you have testing and therapy addressed by your various supervisors. So that's what I recommend. If you have an individual situation, you're welcome to talk to me about it. Bye. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. I think I've gotten to all the questions that were in the chat. Are there other questions in the room here anyone has?
Related to this or not related?
Can be unrelated at this point.
It can be unrelated?
It can be unrelated.
Has anybody ever told you like Will Ferrell? Does anybody else see it?
I guess at some point. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. Anyway, we are done. That's it for the presentation. I'm going to end the chat. I'm going to end the phone, and I'm going to remain in the room for a few minutes here. Again, get me your transcript requests.